Hello guys, today we are talking about when you just have to earn more money so that you can get out of debt. Hello, so today we are talking about what happens when your expenses are bigger than your income. That's a problem. Now, our last few videos we talked about what you can cut in your expenses. And why did we talk about cutting first? Because it's easier to cut expenses than it is to earn more income as a general rule.
And you save money not spending taxes
Yep.
On things that you cut as opposed to more taxes on money.
Exactly. And one thing that we have always done, and this is an easy trick that anybody can do, to see if something is worth buying or not, we calculate how many hours it would take to work to pay for that item. So an example would be, let's say you want a $25,000 car and you earn $20,000 a year. By the time you pay for taxes, insurance, because it's a newer car, all those extra costs, dealer's fees, all those things, you're going to have to work about 1.5 to 2 years to pay for that $25,000 car if you earn $20,000 a year. Interest, all of that adds up.
And that's not working 1.5 to 2 years to pay for the car and everything else.
No.
That's only the car. That's not covering your rent. That's not paying your bills.
That means you could take, if you didn't buy that car, you could take off work for 1.5 to 2 years. Let that sink in. Single moms, are you tired and you come home and you order that $40 pizza for delivery because it's cheaper than stopping by the drive-thru? If you earn $20 an hour, single mom, you just had to work over 2.5 hours to just pay for that pizza. Is that really worth the stress? To work 2.5 hours to pay for that pizza? Seriously, calculate it. You could get a thing of canned biscuits, roll them out, get some pizza sauce and some mozzarella cheese and throw them in the oven and you have pizza in 10 minutes.
And how much would that cost?
And that would cost you about $1.50 to feed the entire family. Throw in a cut up apple or some applesauce or some carrot sticks and you've got an entire dinner for $3 to $5 for the entire family instead of $40 that would take you 2.5 hours to work. Here's the thing. People are stressed out from having to work so much, but they're bringing it on themselves with their spending. You need to start calculating this Starbucks that just cost me $10 at Starbucks. I just worked 45 minutes. I have to go to work, and the first 45 minutes at work, because I'm saving myself money, the first entire 45 minutes is spent working for a Starbucks that I downed in about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to start reprogramming yourself to ask, is this really worth it? Is the first step that you need to start thinking when you're working and you need to bring in more income. Now, if your expenses are more than your income, you will just have to get a better job. Period. You may have to get 2 jobs. You may have to get 3 jobs. It is not permanent. It is just until you get your debt paid off. But for us, this was our number one biggest problem.
Yeah, so there's a point where you have to realize, I just need to get a different job. You might want to get another job, but a lot of times you need to just get a different job. You might be in a job that it's in your field or it's comfortable and you've been there for a while and you like the job well enough that you don't want to change. But the truth is, if it's in your field and you can get a job outside of your field in a new field and make twice as much money, you should do that.
Yep. Yeah, and so for like us, $6 an hour was not cutting it. So Mike found a job that was $15 an hour. Then we had a couple of kids. Mike was driving 100 miles each way to work. $15 an hour wasn't cutting it for us. So then we got up to $30,000. That wasn't cutting it because we had a couple more kids and more expenses. So then we made it to $40,000. And so sometimes you just have to look for a better job. Now, If you need money right now to just pay your minimum expenses, start delivering pizzas, start doing Uber, start doing Lyft, start pet sitting, whatever you can for a side job to bring in that extra money. Start doing that now. Guys, this is not going to be fun or easy. But you got yourself into this mess, and it's your responsibility to get yourself out of this mess.
And again, remember, it's temporary. You're temporarily solving a problem that you created. And once you get out of it, your experience will tell you, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, well, hopefully. You would think people would learn. Some don't, but guys, you may have to just look for a better paying job. There are a lot of people who will email us and they'll say, I just don't know what I'm going to do to get out of debt. Come to find out, they're making $30,000 a year and they have 4 kids. It's not going to work. I mean, you can make it work, but you're going to be miserable and it's going to be hard. You're going to have to figure out a way to earn more income. And you can do it. And we're going to, in the next video, we're going to talk about several ways, almost 50 ways that you can earn extra money on the side if you want to do it temporarily. But you sometimes just have to raise your income. You can cut it back so far, but if you've cut everything back and you still can't meet your expenses, then you're going to have to raise your income.
But a lot of times, for most people, if you cut it back and you say, well, my income is still less than expenses, you just didn't probably cut enough.
Yeah.
But one thing about the increasing the income is not only will it help you, if you lower the expenses and increase the income, even if you're not desperately upside down, you'll pay off your debt faster. And then when you're done paying off your debt, you have more money.
Yep. And then you can start getting ahead. All right, guys, please visit us at livingonadime.com. We will see you guys next time.